You're with the old 97s.
I'm with the old 97s. I actually named the old 97s of all things. It got written, like many band names, it got written on a napkin.
Where were you guys at?
I made a case. Our singer Rhett Miller and I were roommates, and he was coming home from, I don't know if it was a job. I don't remember him having a job that year, but just came up with the idea, and part of my case was pointing out that Joe Strummer was famously in the pre-Clash band, the 101ers, his pub rock band where he really kind of discovered his political voice, and then finally discovered the true music, the great music of all time.
Yeah. Well, I know I was out in the field earlier. A lot of people are looking forward to seeing the old 97s.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here.
Is this your first Fort Worth festival?
You know, it's not the first Fort Worth festival of World of Festivals, but it's the first time we've done this.
Yeah.
Panther Island.
This is a new place, right?
It's a new thing, and I'm getting educated about it.
That's cool.
It's great.
So you guys have been on the road for a while. It's
We've been on the road like crazy, but we've had a nice little 2013 so far. Has been too much. You know, we did the thing where we released 2 albums 9 months apart, and it kept us on the road for 2.5 years. And this last fall and this spring, we're going to be out for about 5 days, and then when we get done with it, we're going to reconvene in Dallas and pretty much crack open a new album. We're going to start demoing.
You guys have been a huge influence on so many bands. What's that like when you go on a show and like, oh man, I've been listening to you guys for a long time, and you're one of the reasons why we started a band? You get that a lot, I imagine.
Cool. I mean, the first time somebody ever covered one of our songs, I was shocked. It got passed around in the band, and you know, hey, check this out.
Right.
This is our song, but it's not us. It's somebody else playing like we sing this song.
Yeah, yeah.
It's called it. Yeah, no, yeah, it's pretty neat, and I'm not entirely used to it, but yeah, it's there. It may not always be there, but it's there right now, and it's fun to see bands kind of.
Do you feel that with the change in like music not relying on labels, like record labels as much anymore? How do you get your music out there? I mean, what do you think the CD is still a viable form, or do you try to do individual tracks? I mean,
you know, the CD is a form. Just like vinyl albums, you know.
Right.
Like, hey, is vinyl important anymore?
Well, I mean, a long player, like a full length, I guess what I'm saying.
You know what? It may, I think albums are important for the artist. And I think they're important. There's still an enormous segment of society that didn't simply go to, I download one song by this band and I don't do anything ever again. I move on and just, you know, there's a great banquet table of downloading 1 or 2 or 3 songs for artists, but there's still an enormous amount of people that are still excited when a new album by so-and-so is coming out. Nobody gets excited about new one song coming out by so-and-so artist, because it's the little file. It's get it in a package. Maybe you do go to Spotify and only add 1 or 2 songs from it to your playlist, or only download 1 or 2. In case you get it and you go, well, 1 or 2 are great, and the rest are sticking up the joint. But yeah, it's I think it's important. Yeah, we were wrestling with it this time. We thought, well, we want to do a couple of EPs, which, you know, we'll do an EP once in a blue moon.
Right.
But do we want to just maybe knock out 2 or 3 EPs over the next year? And I just really kind of thought, I was like, no, it's got to be a record. You know, we work best when we have a record, and we kind of, the record is the bubble.
Yeah.
And to really kind of make a good one, you got to go inside the bubble and live inside of it for a few months to really kind of get so far inside of it that, you know, you mine everything out of that well that's supposed to be there.
Do you like to go in the studio after coming off the road, like immediately, like hitting the studio and having that, you know, being a well-oiled machine and being on the road, or do you like to take a little break and then go in the studio?
You know what? As long as there's a clear demarcation between.
But you wouldn't record while you're on the road.
We've done that. We've done that. But and we're kind of going to do it a little bit this time. It's good for, it's kind of just the right amount. We're going to be warmed up after the drive-by truckers and all that. We'll be warmed up. If it was a full tour, I would want a palate cleanser. I want the slice of lemon, you know, and I want the little like, okay, we have stepped out of this room. And we're going to this new room, and we don't know what's in there yet. There's going to be some shite. There's going to be some gold, and we're going to start making our little piles. Shite, gold.
Let the gold pile up and throw away the shite.
When they start going the other way, it's like, all right, guys,
something's wrong.
It's been good.
What's it like playing a festival like this, where you're not the headliner? You're a headliner, but there's always other bands, and it's a different environment. What do you like about it?
I love just the way it feels to be outdoors. I mean, I just love it. It's different. It's not like when you're in a smaller room, even like a theater that's full or a smaller club that's full. The sound is just bouncing off the walls. You know, sonically, it's loud. It's just. Have you ever just sung in the shower? You know? It's like you're taking a guitar to the bathtub because the walls are right there and they're made of tile and it's kind of loud and your own voice is in your face. You know,
you ever thought about recording an album in a bathroom?
They'd be great. People use home recorders use bathrooms all the time for great little chambers, that kind of thing. If it's working, it's great. You know, blue suede shoes. Famously used the hallway. You know, there's a sound in that hallway that sounds like Buddy Holly stuff too. The coast of Mexico, there's a hallway that they use a little reverb, and when you hear it, everything in there gets played. It sounds like Buddy Holly record. You know?
Do you do that when you're recording? You try to find.
We have talented engineers that have weird little things that they do. They all have weird little things. If they're good, they have weird little things. And we get on the good end of it.
Well, that's cool.
So I'm ready to go into the bubble.
Go off the road. When do you come off the road?
Get home in June 2nd.
Nice.
And then all summer long we'll go out for 2 or 3 days here, 2 or 3 days there. And then I think in September we're going to reconvene and really go for it. Yeah. We don't know where yet, but probably in Texas.
Yeah.
We kind of do our bedroom work in Texas.
Maybe Austin?
Maybe El Paso. We might go out to a studio that we actually cut Too Far to Care at, called out in Tornillo, Texas, which is outside of El Paso, about 45 minutes away. So,
were there any bands that you're really excited about seeing you've never seen before out here, or that you've heard about?
At this festival? No, I'm fairly acquainted with all the bands, so there's no real discoveries. I of course have many bands out there that I've never seen that I'm just like making to see.
Well, is there a vendor you want to try out?
Like a vendor, like a taco stand,
or the slider place, or Doughboys Pizza,
tacos or something. I don't know. I'm enjoying the robust drink at the moment and dessert.
There you go.
The creams by Austin.
Can't beat that.
Austin can't beat that.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. Looking forward to seeing your set tonight.